Once upon a time, in the beautiful Masai Mara, where golden grass stretches as far as the eye can see, there lived a young Masai boy named Koinet. Koinet was a curious boy with a quick smile, always running barefoot through the hills and valleys, feeling the warm earth beneath his feet. He loved his village, where he helped his family care for their cattle and listened to the sounds of the wild, the birds, the distant call of lions, and sometimes the soft footsteps of elephants passing through the savannah.
One day, Koinet's father came to him with exciting news. "Koinet," he said with a smile, "tomorrow we're going to Nairobi, the city. There's something important I want you to see." Now, Koinet had heard about the city before, but he had never been there himself. He could hardly imagine a place with huge buildings, crowds of people, and roads full of cars. That night, he could barely sleep, wondering what adventures awaited him.
The next morning, Koinet and his father took a bumpy bus ride from the village to Nairobi. As they entered the city, Koinet's eyes went wide. Skyscrapers stretched toward the sky, cars rushed by, and people were everywhere. It was nothing like his village. Everything was louder, faster, and more colorful than anything he had ever seen. In the middle of this new, bustling place, Koinet noticed a boy about his age kicking a soccer ball around in an estate playground. The boy wore khaki and a t-shirt, and when he saw Koinet watching, he waved and called out, "Hey, want to play?" Koinet smiled and joined him. The boy's name was Lima, and he lived in the city. Though they came from two very different worlds, they quickly became friends. Lima taught Koinet how to dribble and pass the soccer ball, and Koinet shared stories about his village and the animals he saw every day. As they rested on a bench after playing, Lima asked, "So, why did you come to the city?" Koinet explained, "My father is here to help save the elephants. In my village, we protect them, but they're in danger. People are hunting them, and we want to stop that." Lima's eyes sparkled with interest. "Wow, that's so important. I love elephants too. I know there's a marathon coming up to raise money for conservation. How about we join it together and run for the elephants?" Now Koinet loved running. He was used to racing across the open plains of his village. The thought of running for the elephants filled him with pride. "Let's do it," he said, beaming. For the next few weeks, Koinet stayed with Uncle's family, and the two boys trained for the marathon together for a while until Koinet went back to the village with his father. They practiced running in their individual area, and Koinet showed Lima how to run with strength and listen to his heartbeat, just like he does in the wild. Day by day, their friendship grew stronger, and they learned from each other's worlds. Every day Koinet ran in the village, while Lima ran in the city practicing for the marathon. Finally, the big day arrived. Koinet and Lima lined up with thousands of other runners, all ready to take on the marathon for causes they believed in. As they ran side by side, people cheered, waving signs and clapping. Koinet and Lima didn't just run for themselves, they ran for the elephants, for nature, and for the friendship that had brought them together. When they crossed the finish line, the crowd erupted with cheers. They were tired but happy, their hearts full of pride. That evening, as they watched the sunset over the city, Koinet turned to Lema and said, "Thank you, Lema, for helping me run for something I care about." Lema grinned back. "Thank you, Koinet, for being my friend." And so, under the setting sun, Koinet and Lema sat together, knowing this was only the beginning of their friendship. They had come from different worlds, but they'd found a shared purpose: to protect the elephants and celebrate the power of friendship. And that, my friends, is the story of Koinet and Lema, the Maasai boy and the city boy who ran for something bigger than themselves.